So we are talking about the functional level strategies implementation. And in today's world, the principles of marketing have changed. The principles of marketing, if you read a marketing course, you know that product oriented or production orientation of marketing, product orientation of marketing, societal marketing, and now it is sustainable marketing. Customers are king. Do not just talk at consumers, work with them. QFD, quality function deployment. That means when you are going to produce any product in operations management, we teach QFD, quality functions deployment. That means you are involving consumers in your manufacturing process. So work with them throughout the marketing process. Work with them throughout the marketing process means your idea generation. What is marketing? Maybe you know the definition of marketing. Marketing begins from idea which product may be successful in coming years. So idea generation. And now you will convert this idea into a real product and you will deliver the product to the customers. So marketing process, throughout the marketing process, you will involve customers. Give consumers a reason to participate. Listen to and join the conversation outside your company's website. So not only website page, go to their home, what they are thinking about the product, service, market. Resist the temptation to sell, and sell. Instead, attract, and attract. That means you have to create attractions, not try to sell. Do not control online conversations. Let it flow freely. That means if you find any negative words in online conversations, do not stop it. Do not try to stop it. Let them allow to discuss because it makes you aware about the consumer choices. Find a marketing technologist. So the not the salesman in today's world, marketing technologist. Many people at your age becomes marketing technologists. They're helping sell the product. A person who has three excellent skill sets: marketing, technology, and social interaction. That means there are many marketing technologies at your age. Social marketing. They're selling their product. So embrace instant messaging and chatting. So that means the marketing concept is not limited to product orientation or production orientation. It has become social issue. Now it has become ESG, environmental, social, governmental issues. Now it has become sustainable, profit, planet, people. And now it has become cyclical or circular. So marketing, the idea of marketing has changed, and this is ultimately the different marketing mix components we have already discussed, and we have described several examples. When you are producing product, it will have quality, style, brand name, packaging, product line, warranty, service level, other services. When you are placing the product, distribution channels, distribution coverage, outlet location, sales territory. That means how you are reaching your product to the consumer, sales territories, inventory, locations, transportation carriers, placements, distribution system, promotion, advertising, personal selling, self promotion, publicity, price, label, discounts and allowances, payment terms. Maybe you may have heard the word 210 and 30. 210 means 2% discount if you pay within 10 days. 210 in 30. But you have to repay it before the end of month 30. 30 means 1 month. 210 and 30. This type of words are used in setting the price. So you have to think about the market segmentation, geographic, demographic, psychographic, behavioral, region, country size, city size, destiny, climate, demographic, age, gender, family size, family life cycle, income, occupation, education, religion, race, nationality. Only will produce product for Bangladeshi people. National uh, segmentation. Psychographic, social class, personality. Sometimes when you are selling a product inside the airport, the price of the product is maybe on average 5 times more than outside of the product, same company, but there is a psychographic impression. That means it is selling in the airport. So when you are selling a bottle of water outside in the outside place, a bottle of water is, say for example, 250 ml is only 10 taka or 15 taka. But when you are selling the same product in the airplane, the product price is much higher. When you are selling the same glass of water, same bottle of water in the five-star hotel, the price is much higher. This is psychographic segmentation. Psychographic segmentation. So you will sell product only people who are millionaires, who are different. Only you're going to sell your product to people who are, say for example, higher class people. Only university teachers, say for example. So these are the psychographic segmentation and behavioral segmentation. Say for example, people usually buy in Eid occasion. So your segment your market only for Eid. Benefits are sometimes some people are very much interested with discounted product. That means that's why many you will find that many brand shops have their own discount shops. User status, users rate, loyalty status, readiness stage, attitude toward product. So that means you are subdividing the market, is market segmentation. It may be based on psychology, it may be based on price, it may be based on geography, it may be based on demography, it may be based on behavioral issues and accounting issues. Say for example, do you know the definition of these terms? So when you are choosing your accounting issues, say for example, accounting is a globally accepted profession. But many organizations, you will find that they don't have the accountant. They think that accounting is not the issue. They think that accounting just how much I am selling, how much I am spending is the accounting. But there are different principles of accounting: matching principle, revenue recognition principle. There are different asset evaluation techniques. There are different, revaluation techniques. There are different principles. There are system of recording, communication. There are system of preparing annual report. So a lot of issues are there. So you have to choose the right accounting issues. Say for example, accounting, manual, automated. Automated accounting issues is also your strategy. So these are the common terms the accountant usually use to make the accounting practices perfect. So for example, revenue. What is revenue? Revenue means what? Who can tell what is revenue? Sorry. Revenue means
So revenue means একটা বছরে কোম্পানি যত ইনকাম করে, যেখানে
income করে.
প্রফিট লস দুইটাই ইনক্লুড।
Profit, loss include, expense include. Okay, thanks. Revenue, if you are interested, Mr. Nayan, would you like to say anything? What is revenue?
The revenue is the amount that we earn or receive by selling a product. It includes all the cost, and the
So,
cost have to be minus. So
okay, good. So revenue means anything we are getting by selling product. Say for example, you are a furniture seller. So when you are selling your furniture, it is revenue. There is no doubt. But if you are not a furniture seller, you are now, say for example, shipping businessman. You have shipping lines. So would you think, or do you think that by selling furniture, the money generated in a shipping line company is revenue? What do you think, Mr. Nayan? What do you
Sir, it's
think?
revenue, definitely.
Definitely revenue. A shipping company is selling used furniture and it is revenue. Is it?
Sir, a shipping company doesn't sell actually used furniture, but when we scrap ships and all the furniture, including the ships, all belongings are sold, and it is also a part of the revenue. And demolished ships are definitely a significant flow uh, for revenue, sir. So I meant it that way. But generally, shipping company never sells used furnitures.
Okay. Thanks. So the issue, to make it more clear, your concept is wrong. Concept is wrong in the sense that revenue is the income generated from the operations of the business. রেভিনিউ হলো আপনার ব্যবসায়ের যে অপারেশন, সেখান থেকে যে ব্যবসা হবে। So what is the operations of a shipping line? Shipping lines operations is providing services. Freight charge is the revenue. Freight charge is the revenue. If any other charges that the shipping line earns by providing services is also revenue, because it is his operations. Furniture production is not the operations of a shipping line, whether it is new furniture or old furniture. So when they will sell the used furniture, a scrap ship, this is not the revenue in accounting. This is known as the other income, not revenue. All right, you cannot record it as sales revenue or service revenue. So revenue is only related with the operations of the business. So if it is a garments company, revenue is garment sales. If it is a you know, what can I say, furniture manufacturer, so furniture is its operations, so the selling of furniture is its revenue. So that is coming or related with the operations of the business. So anything sold by the company will not generate any revenue. And then expense. What is expense? So same thing, Mr. Nahian. Expense. Now, a shipping company has bought some chairs and tables. Is it expense?
No, sir.
No, sir. Good. This time you're right. So the shipping company may buy assets, and that is not expenditure. Furniture is its assets. So asset. The asset, what is the definition of asset then? The resources owned by the company to generate revenue. So when they buy a ship, when they buy chair, when they buy table, when they buy computer, when they buy other equipments, these are used to generate revenue. So revenue and asset is related, that we use assets to generate revenue in the business. And expenses means to earn revenue. What are the costs related to revenue? That is expense. For example, if you buy furniture for $100, and if your revenue is $100, your profit is zero. $100 revenue minus $100 furniture is zero. It cannot be. It cannot be. Why it cannot be? The expense is only related to revenue. Say, for example, if you sell 1 unit, but if you produce 200 units, and the production cost of 200 unit is $200, and you sell 1 unit you sold $10. So 10 minus 100, $90 loss. It cannot be. So you have sold 1 unit. So what is the cost related to that particular 1 unit? That will be expense. That means expense is related with revenue. So you are earning revenue. To earn that particular amount of revenue, what are the costs? That is expense. So in our example case, say for example, a shipping line may buy a ship $1 billion and they sold $100. So the huge differences are there. So what they will do, they will just check to generate $100. What portion of the total ship has been used? Maybe 1% or 0.0001%. Maybe, or in other words, you can use the term depreciation is an expense to generate the revenue. Depreciation. To sell $100, what is the depreciation of the asset to generate only $100? That is expense. So expense, there are differences between expense and cost. Cost means you are giving something, and it may be because of assets. So when you are buying assets, this is known as investment, and when you are matching with the revenue, this is known as expense. So expense means the cost that the company incur to generate revenue, and revenue means the earnings from the operations, not out of operations. An asset means resources owned by the company to generate revenue. And liability means outsiders claim on the assets of the business. Outsiders claim on the assets of the business. So in a business, there are in a business, the assets may be of two types. One type of asset is owned by the owner. Another type of asset is owned by the outsider. Outsider's asset is known as liability, and owner's asset is known as equity. So equity, liability is clear. Then profit loss, difference between revenue and expense. Financial position means assets, liabilities, and equity. Together is known as financial position. Earning per share, dividend per share, price earning ratio, book value, market value, revaluation reserve, cash flows. Maybe these issues, why I have brought these issues before you, because if you do not know the concept clearly, you cannot undertake accounting strategies. So to apply whether you will minimize your expense, that means you have to think cost minimization or cost leadership principle. You have to think about the revenue. What are the expenses related with revenue that you will reduce? Then your profit will generate. Profit will increase. All right. So these issues will help you to understand what? These issues will help you to understand accounting strategies you are going to take. And this is your uh, Mark's ocean wings revenue, freight revenue. So from the ocean operations, the company generating revenue, it is known as freight revenue. And other revenue, this revenue is not related to freight operations. Maybe the company has some excess money and deposited in banks, got some interest. There is other. It is cannot be revenue. It is not related with selling scraps, other revenue. Container handling cost, bunker cost, network cost, selling general and administrative cost of goods sold under and other operational cost. The company's total operating cost. Difference between revenue and operating cost is known as the profit. Profit before depreciation, amortization, and impairment losses. EBITDA, earning before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. EBITDA means earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So, you need to have the idea of what is profit. Some people think that profit means revenue. It is not revenue. Some people think that revenue means any income of the company. Some people think that expenses means investment is also expense. So invested capital, then capex, capital expenditure. So capital expenditure is also there, but it is not expense. You cannot deduct it from the revenues. You cannot deduct it from the revenues. So this is how the accounting idea will help you to formulate revenues. Say, for example, cash flow statement. What is cash flow statement? Income statement, then income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement. Income statement ultimately calculates the profit or loss of the company. Profit or loss of the company. Balance sheet represents the year-end total assets, equity, and liabilities. Assets, equity, and liabilities. Liability here it indicates invested capital. Then cash flow indicates what is cash flow? Cash inflows and cash outflows. Cash inflows and cash outflows are coming from three sources. One is known as cash flow from operating activities. Another is cash flow from financing activities. Cash flow from financing activities and cash flow from investment activities. There are three types of cash flows. One is cash flow from operating activities. একটু আগে যে বললাম অপারেশনের সাথে যে জড়িত সেল করলে যে ইনফ্লো হবে দ্যাট ইজ ক্যাশ ফ্লো ফ্রম অপারেশনস এক্সপেন্স স্যালারি ওয়েজ দেওয়ার জন্য যে এক্সপেন্ডিচার হবে দ্যাট ইজ ক্যাশ আউটফ্লো ফ্রম অপারেটিং অ্যাক্টিভিটিস cash flow from investing activities. Investing owner invested fund in the business. Investment. Inflow. Outflow, you are giving dividend to the owners. It is outflow from the investing activities. Cash flow from financing activities. Financing means what? Financing means sourcing of fund. When you source fund from the parties, it will increase your cash. And when you are paying the cash back, it is known as outflow. Say, for example, bank loan. When you are receiving fund from the bank, it is financing. When you are paying back the bank loan, it is outflow of financing. One is inflow and another is outflow. And sum of cash flow, net cash flow from financing activities, from investing activities, from operating activities is known as free cash flow. Finally, how much you have free. And this free cash flow, that means the excess cash you have, can be invested in business, free cash flow. So if you do not have sufficient amount of free cash flow, you cannot think of new mission. So this strategy will help you to, in our previous case, we have discussed about the segment reporting, which segment is better. And then financial issues. So are you with me, Mr. Ch08? জমায়েতে গেল নাকি? জমায়েত মানে কি? বাংলাদেশ জামায়াতে ইসলামী, তার আজকের জমায়েত, ওখানে গেলেন নাকি মিস্টার সৌরভ?
সৌরভ স্যার বাক্সা।
হুম, সৌরভ হোয়াট? এই তো এই স্টুডেন্ট পড়াচ্ছি, ক্লাসে আসবে না আর অনলাইনে লেকচার শুনতেছে। মিস আলবি,
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
হু আর ইউ?
স্যার সৌরভ স্যার, আমার বাসায় ওয়াইফাই নেই স্যার, ফোনের নেট দিয়ে চালাচ্ছি স্যার, একটু ইস্যু করতেছে আর কি।
আপনার আজকের জামায়াত ইসলামীর জামায়াতের খবর কি? ডু ইউ হ্যাভ এনি আপডেট?
স্যার ওইটা আশিক বলতে পারবে স্যার, ওই সাংবাদিক মানুষ তো স্যার।
আশিক কই? আশিক, ওয়েজ
স্যার
মিস্টার আশিক?
আসসালামু
ওই আপনার দেখাই তো যায় না। আজকের কি খবর জামায়াতের?
স্যার আমির সাহেব
জামায়াতের
হাসপাতালে
জামায়াত
ভালোই স্যার। জামায়াতের আমির সাহেব অসুস্থ হয়ে গেছে, পরে সৌরভ আবার একটু দেখতে গেছিল, এই জন্য স্যার আসতেও লেট হইলো স্যার।
সৌরভ দেখতে গেছিল, এই তো বুঝছি আমি এর আগে। হুম, and, মানে এখন আপনি কি স্পটে যাননি? দেন অন দ্য স্পট?
না
স্যার
স্যার,
সৌরভ
যাই
নামাজে
নাই।
বসছিল স্যার।
সেটা আপনি জানলেন কিভাবে?
স্যার সৌরভ আমার বাসায়
স্যার
থাকে
ওরা
তো
একসাথে
স্যার।
থাকে স্যার।
ও, মানে সে জামাতে গেছে আসলে, জামাতে ইসলামের জামাতে না। তো নামাজ তো আমিও পড়ি, তাহলে আপনার মানে লেকচারের মধ্যে যদি সময়টা ইউজ করেন জামাতের সময়, তো হবে না মিস্টার ফাহিম।
জি স্যার।
বলেন কি শিখলাম আজকে, এখন পর্যন্ত কি শিখছেন? বিকজ উই আর এট দি এন্ড অফ দি লেকচার, উই হ্যাভ অনলি 3 slides মোর। কি শিখলেন বলেন? হোয়াট ইজ মার্কেট?
স্যার মার্কেট হচ্ছে মূলত অ্যাকচুয়াল আর পটেনশিয়াল বায়ারের হচ্ছে একটা সেট।
গুড। এন্ড হোয়াট ইজ মার্কেট শেয়ার?
মার্কেট শেয়ার হচ্ছে ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল একটা ফার্ম হচ্ছে কত পার্সেন্ট মার্কেট ক্যাপচার করে রাখছে সেটা।
Good. So if you have the idea, then you can set new strategies. Good. So
জি স্যার।
your participation is good. Do not go anywhere.
থ্যাংক ইউ
Join.
স্যার।
So stay with me.
ইয়েস
So
স্যার।
financial issues. It is very important strategy for the business. It is very important strategy in that sense that you need money to implement any mission. If you do not have any money, you cannot implement your issues. It is not that all money will be supplied by the owners. Equity finance means what? Owners' contribution in the business. It is equity. You have to think about what? Debt finance. Debt finance means that you are borrowing fund, and you can borrow fund from bank. You can borrow fund from the stock market by issuing bond or debenture. You can borrow fund from the government's treasury bills. It is government tool, and it is also available on the stock exchange or secondary market. Bill of exchange, commercial paper, certificate of deposits. These are the sources of fund to implement your project. And equity finance means the owner's contribution. If the business is sole proprietorship, only one owner contributes. If the business is a partnership, two or more people is contributing. If the company or the firm is a corporate type business, company means here private limited company or public limited company, then you are generating fund from the shareholders. Here shareholders, their partners, here proprietors fund, partners fund, and shareholders fund, equity finance. So you have to think which source is comfortable for the business. It is equity finance or debt finance. So the common sources of equity finance is capital market, share market, or stock exchanges. It may be retained earnings. It may be issuing right share. It may be issuing bonus share. So bonus share, right share is related to retained earnings. Say for example, you have undertaken a green ship project and it will require $1 billion. So the owners has declined to give you any money. Then how you will collect the fund? You can collect the fund by selling bond or debenture. You can collect fund by selling commercial paper, certificate of deposit, and the T-bills you cannot sell. It is ultimately government tools. Government raise fund by selling treasury bills. So you can go to the bank. But the popular source of fund is equity. What is equity? Equity means you are taking money from the owners, maybe partners, shareholders, or proprietors. It may be retained earnings. Retained earnings, say for example, if your company earns $100, this $100 will be remain in the business if you do not declare any dividend. Dividend means giving the money to the owners. Giving the profit to the owners, dividend, not money. Giving the portion of the profit to the owners is known as retained earnings. So if you earn $100 and if you give 25% or $25 to the owners, your company still retains $75. So you can invest this retained earnings in your new green project. You can sell shares to the existing owners. It is known as right share. So you are now owner of one share. The company may sell one more share to you as a right because you are the owner. So you have the right to buy one more share of your company. So when you're buying one more share, you have to pay to company. It is right share. And sometimes we have said out of $100, $25 is given to the owners as dividend. The company management may think that other than giving cash, the company can give bonus share. That means they will give 25% share, not money. So when they are giving 20% share means 20% ownership. When you are giving 25% ownership, that means your money is with the company. Only share is given to them. So you have the options to fund your money by selling bonus share, right share, retained earnings, and new capital from the owners. And finance ultimately means sourcing of fund for business. So your new project, green project, is a new project, and you are now sourcing fund. It may be come from the equity finance, it may come from debt finance, and you have to manage the fund properly, planning, implementation, control of funds, and you have to think about the time value of fund. You have to think about the risk of using fund. You have to think about the cost of capital of the fund. So as a project manager, as a mission setter of the company, you have to think about the alternative sources of fund. And there are more options of funding, and you have to choose the right strategy. Say, for example, seed finance, financing in very new business, seed finance. So there are a lot more ways to get the finance. The finances may come from ADB, say for example, Bragg Bank. A percentage of the share or percentage of the investment in Bragg Bank is made by, you know, IDB, or not IDB, it is World Bank's wing. That means Bragg Bank is also partially owned by World Bank. There is a wing of World Bank, I forget the name. So Mr. Abed was very diverse man, and he has collected fund from the World Bank to establish Bragg Bank. So there are a lot of options. There are a lot of options to raise fund from the different sources, and the strategic issue is that you have to choose the source that is cost effective, that will help implement your project, that will help achieve your corporate objective. Financial strategies are also functional strategies. Functional strategies. And finance, whether you are financing sourcing fund, you can raise it from the money market, you can raise it from the capital market. Money market means what? Money market means banks, non-bank financial institutions are the players of money market. And capital market may be of primary capital, secondary capital. Capital market, Dhaka Stock Exchange is a capital market, and you can sell your company's share. Primary market, first time selling the share to the people, is known as primary market. IPO, initial public offering, is primary market instrument. It may be secondary market. So after buying the share, if you need money, you can sell it to the Dhaka Stock Exchange. It is secondary market. So capital market, you are raising fund for the business. It can be primary market, it can be secondary market. And you can raise your fund from the money market. So you can raise fund from the money market, and especially when you need money for short-term solutions. So for example, you need money for 1 year, so you'll go to bank. But if you need money for forever, go to capital market, because you will sell the shares, ownership of the company. And to implement your chosen strategy, green shipping project or air freight service or any other services, you have to invest in research and development. Implementation, you have to do research during your implementation. You have to use technology, 4IR, fourth industrial revolutions, IoT, Internet of Things, robots. You have to think about IoT devices, You have to think about artificial intelligence. And these are MIS, ERP, 4IR, IoT devices. These are all technology. So there are technological strategies you have to undertake to achieve your objective. So if we sum up, then what we have learned today? We have learned today about the marketing and marketing strategies to implement our new mission, finance and financial strategies to implement our new mission, accounting related terms and accounting issues to implement our mission, technology, MIS, ERP, 4IR, IoT, artificial intelligence. These are related with your technological infrastructure or IT infrastructure. So you need marketing department to formulate marketing strategies to achieve your objective. You need finance department to implement your mission. You need MIS or technology to implement your strategy. And in our previous lecture, we discussed about the management structure. We discussed about the operation strategies. Say, for example, to implement your strategies, you have to choose what type of operations you are going to choose, what type of processing, how you can reduce the velocity, reduce the value added time. We discuss about the HR strategies, how you will recruit and select the right people for the implementation of your mission. So this is about implementation of the strategy. In our coming lecture, we'll discuss about the evaluation, chapter 9, evaluation of strategies. Now I am sharing a MCQ type quiz form. All right, you will fill it out in just 10 minutes. Do not spend more than 10 minutes. So how can I share it? Orpa, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So if I share it in your WhatsApp, do you have any WhatsApp group?
স্যার আপনি আমাকে পার্সোনালি সেন্ড করতে পারেন, আমি গ্রুপে দিয়ে দিচ্ছি।
Okay. So time is 10 minutes. Yes, this one. So our exam is going to start now and it will end at 9:37, 9:40, 9:50, around 12 minutes, 13 minutes. So please share it. So Shanto, Mr. Shanto, you can also share it in the group.
Okay, sir.
So share it and your exam begins now. So it will end at 9:50.